They don't scream, they don't hit, they don't threaten. But somehow you're still living in fear, still doubting yourself, still walking on eggshells. This isn't just a bad relationship. This isn't just a toxic boss or a difficult parent. This is manipulation, and you probably never saw it coming. Because the scariest kind of control isn't loud, it's quiet, it's subtle, it's psychological, and the worst part, you think it's your fault, but it's not. You've been played. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how. Let me show you the 7 signs you're being manipulated and how to break free before it's too late. Point 1. You're always to blame. It starts with self-doubt. A quiet voice in your head saying, "Why do I always mess things up?" You apologize for things you didn't even do. You justify their behavior and question your own. You tell yourself, "Maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I did overreact." But here's the truth. You've been programmed to think that way. A manipulator doesn't need to prove you wrong. They just need you to believe it. They weaponize guilt. They twist facts. They rewrite reality. In the workplace, they minimize your wins. At home, they weaponize your mistakes. In friendships, they always have the moral high ground. And if you try to defend yourself, they'll recruit someone else to back them up. That's called triangulation. So it's not just you versus them, it's you versus them and the person they manipulated against you, and slowly, without realizing it, you start believing, "I must be the problem." But you're not. You were never the problem, you were just the target. Point 2. You feel constantly judged. It doesn't matter what you do, it's never good enough. They criticize your tone, they correct your grammar, they make fun of your choices, the way you dress, speak, think. But here's the twisted part. Their criticism never comes to help you grow. It's not guidance, it's control. You feel smaller every time you speak. You shrink into yourself. They don't want to support you, they want to mold you into something they can control. You may find yourself replaying conversations in your head at night. Overthinking, over-explaining. You're being judged. Not to help you grow, but to keep you insecure. Because a secure you is a threat to their control. Point 3. You're guilt-tripped into decisions. Manipulators are professional victims. You cancel your plans for them. You go places you don't want to go. You say yes when every part of you wants to say no. Why? Because they make you feel bad for having boundaries. They say things like, "After everything I've done for you, I guess I just care more than you do. I'm just not as strong as you. That's why I act this way." They hide behind trauma. They hide behind "I can't help it." But what they're really saying is, "I won't change. You must bend." Let that sink in. Point 4. You doubt your own reality. Have you ever felt like you're going crazy? You remember something clearly, but they say it never happened. You know what you felt, but they say you're overreacting. You tell them how you experienced something, but somehow you're the irrational one. That's not confusion, that's not miscommunication, that's gaslighting, and it is one of the most damaging manipulation tactics there is. They take your reality and twist it like a Rubik's Cube until you can't tell which way is up. They do it to control the narrative, to keep you dependent on their version of the truth, and eventually you stop trusting yourself. You hand over your perception, your emotions, your voice to them. And the scariest part? You might not even notice it until it's too late, but it's not too late yet. Point 5. You're constantly compared to others. Why can't you be more like your sister? Everyone else seems to get it. They handled it better than you did. Sound familiar? They weaponize comparison. And suddenly you're not just trying to be loved, you're trying to compete for it. But here's the secret, you were never supposed to win. Because no matter how hard you try, they move the finish line. You run, you jump, you strive, but it's never enough. That's not motivation, that's psychological warfare, and the more you chase their approval, the more they pull it away. Until you forget what it felt like to value yourself without needing to earn it. Before final points. Let me ask you something. Have you seen yourself in any of these patterns? If so, I want you to do one thing. Stop blaming yourself. Because here's what people don't realize. Once you see the pattern, you can break the pattern. Thousands of people who once thought they were crazy or too sensitive now recognize that they were being manipulated. They left those toxic environments. They healed. They rebuilt their self-worth. And so can you. If this video is hitting home, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Send it to someone who needs to hear this, and stay with me, because the final sign is the deadliest one of all. Point 6. You're love-bombed, then punished at first. It's amazing. They praise you. They spoil you. They say all the right things. You feel seen, valued, chosen, but it doesn't last. Because the moment you stop pleasing them, or worse, start standing up for yourself, it flips. They withdraw, they punish, they freeze you out emotionally. This is the manipulation cycle. Idealization, devaluation, punishment, repeat. And just when you're about to walk away, they pull you back in with love again. Not because they changed, but because you did. You started to wake up, and that makes you dangerous to them. Point 7. The cycle never ends unless you end it. Here's the hardest truth of all: manipulation doesn't stop by itself. It stops when you stop accepting it. They won't change, but you can. You don't need to earn peace. You don't need to explain your worth. You don't need to keep proving that you deserve better. You already do. And the moment you realize that, the moment you say enough, is the moment the cycle breaks. You are not crazy. You are not weak. You are not too much. You are just manipulated into believing so. Now you know the signs. Now you have the words. Now you have the power to walk away, so walk. If this video opened your eyes, don't walk away from this moment. Subscribe now or stay weak forever. Because at Alpha Psychology, we don't just expose the darkness, we teach you how to fight it. This video was brought to you by Alpha Psychology, and if you liked this one, watch the next video showing right now on your screen. It might just change everything.